Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta, Georgia, and welcome to my channel. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share it, and click the little bell on the bottom of the screen so that you will get updates of when I upload new content. Today's topic: why are black people so hard on each other? A Fall from Grace, a Tyler Perry Netflix movie. Yes, so Tyler Perry just released this new movie on Netflix called A Fall from Grace. My disclaimer is that I haven't seen it, but I've seen the movie trailer. And basically the gist of the movie was an African American woman named Grace, older woman, was having relationship issues until she met this younger guy who wooed her, and she fell in love with him. They got married. Then all of a sudden, she started having financial issues. She was fired from her job because they claimed that she stole money from the company. And then all of a sudden she noticed her personal accounts were in the negative as well. And it seems like this was the act of the younger husband, right? And that's all I'm going to give you on that, because I don't know the rest because I haven't seen it. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody else by assuming that I know what the end, and I don't want to get sued. So anyway, but that's not why I brought this movie up. It's the negative comments that I've seen from African Americans regarding this movie. Everybody was so harsh. It was like a bunch of editors were watching this movie and they were going from screen to screen to circle all the errors that they could find. And then not only did they do that, they put it on Twitter. And they put it on Facebook, and they put it on Instagram, and they put it on all the other social media outlets. One of them says, Tyler Perry got $1 million film studio, but still using 99-cent wigs. Why? What's another one up here? I know I saw something about the inconsistencies in the shots concerning Cicely Tyson and Felicia Rashad. There were wonky wigs and glaring plot holes. Wow. And let's see if there's some other Twitter's comments on here. So there's one comment where there's actually two screenshots with the character Grace in them. And this person is like, this is the same scene. Tyler Perry is trolling us. And then there's one with the lady in the shower. It says, maybe if we wet the wig a little, it would look more natural. But that's just some of the comments that I saw in Twitter and on some of the social media comments. And my question was like, why are we so hard on our own? Tyler Perry, yes, he has, built this studio, and he did do a little bragging. He said he produced this movie in 5 days, and he actually had allegedly a stack of manuscripts that he said he wrote all by himself, and they were ready to be produced. But still, he's actually providing jobs to African Americans. He's successful. He has this huge studio. Why is it that every time he produces something, we always go back to that he has this studio? He earned it. And us as black people, we should be supportive of that. I'm not saying that you can't criticize the movie, but y'all are really going in on this movie like you're editors. I've never seen you do that to any other race when they produced the movie. You might say, yeah, that was a bad movie, but to actually, the way I viewed it was like you guys were going from one screen to the other, playing a who can find the errors game. So why do we do that to each other? And the first thing I thought of was crabs in a barrel syndrome, right? So I had to go look it up just to see if my mindset was on the right page. So it defines a syndrome where a group of like-situated people hurt those in their community attempting to get ahead. Okay? The community becomes jealous or filled with a sense of self-loathing, so they find a way to pull that person down to the communities level. So trying to bring him back, because it was like all of Twitter, somebody had to mention that he had this big studio. What does that have to do with this movie? If you made negative comments on Twitter and on any social media platform, you need to really sit back as an African American and say, why did I feel the need to identify every little error in this man's work? We often complain about us being in white society and saying we as black people, we have to work harder than anybody else just to make it. But we turn around and we're doing the same thing to Tyler Perry. You know, I hope that he didn't read any of this stuff and just continues to work. And I'm not saying, you know, you can't criticize, and I just stated this, you can't criticize him. That's not what I'm saying, but it's just to the level of almost like self-hatred. Like, yeah, you think you made it, but, you know, you ain't make it because you got this, and this is wrong, and that is wrong, and this is wrong, and that is... I mean, for those of you who watched the movie, is it really that bad that you cannot sit through the movie and get the gist of it and take away a meaning from it? That's my question, because again, I haven't seen it. I just feel like it's so much self-hatred here, and I think we don't even realize that we're doing that. It's like a subconscious thing. Like Freud would say, you know, we have these things in the back of our head that we don't know they're there, and sometimes they present themselves without the person being aware. And I think that's the case with this. Like, come on. I mean, I am happy that he built his own studio. He used his own funds. He's doing his work. He's not bothering anybody. He's not causing any trouble. But yet, when he produces a film, his own community is so negative. You know, I heard Oprah say one time that she doesn't even read the comments because it would probably be discouraging, and they probably would say, okay, I'm not going to help my community then. If you know, if I can't produce something and have an error, then I'll produce it for the other race and they'll appreciate it. Yeah, they may criticize, but it's not going to be to this extent. So what are your thoughts on this? Am I looking at it incorrectly? What are your thoughts? Is this a crab in the barrel syndrome? You know, I don't understand, and I'm trying to understand. Help me out. Make comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share it, and click that little bell so that you'll get updates. Another announcement is that on January 23rd, this Thursday at 9 p.m., I will be live. Bring all your questions. We can talk about stuff like this. We can talk about any of the other videos that I have on my channel. You can bring all of those things. I am a mental health therapist. You can bring me some therapy questions. You don't have to provide any specific details. And if you need mental health treatment, I can find you resources to get that taken care of. But anyway, I just thought this was a very important topic. It's trending. We usually do hot topics or mental health issue things on this channel, and so I just thought this from this perspective of why are we tearing each other down. And I mean, it's harsh, you know, and I can see Tyler Perry but he's stronger than that because he wouldn't have got this far. I can see him saying, you know what, screw my community. If this is what they're going to do for me every time that I produce a movie, is that they're going to penalize me because I have this studio, then screw them. What are your thoughts? Anyway, have a good day.